Okay, Jai Satsang Mahatma. Mineshanandji, can you recite the three mantras? People kindly please follow.
Okay.
Namo Vitragaय,
Namo Vitragay,
Namo Arihantanam,
Namo Varihantanam,
Namo Siddhanam,
Namo Siddhanam,
Namo Ayariyanam,
Namo Ayariyanam,
Namo Vajjayanam,
Namo Vajjayanam,
Namo Loe Sava Sahunam,
Namo Loe Sava Sahunam,
Aiso Panchan Mukkaro,
Eso Panchanamukaro,
Savapa Vappanasano,
Savapa Vappanasano,
Mangalanam Cha Savesi,
Mangalanam Cha Savesim,
Paramam Havai Mangalam,
Paramam Havai Mangalam,
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya,
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya,
Om Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah Shivaya,
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satsang Mahatma. Anybody has questions? Okay, Mineshanandji,
Follow.
there is someone who has not known anything about Vitrag Knowledge, and then he comes in contact with Akram Vignani, and he gets initiated by some 1 hour process, and also he gets exposed to the satsang now. So what is the difference between the person who was before that, after that, and what does he need to be continued to do?
See, world path is Vitrag Mark, but basic founders of Vitrag Mark, especially Kramik Mark, is oneness of mind, body, and speech. When good time was there, Satyug, Dwapar, Treta, or up to fourth part of this time cycle, oneness of mind, speech, and body was there. But in this Kali Yuga, fifth era of time cycle, it has been fractured. So what happens? Thoughts are one, speech is different, and behavior, action is totally different.
That is true.
There's no connection between them.
Yeah.
So that's why whatever scriptures, whatever is said in the scriptures by various gods, it is not coming into effect.
Effect means what?
Result, action.
Yeah, but everybody does actions, right?
Like in scriptures, it is said, we speak truth only, don't speak lie.
Okay.
But majority people's experience is what? Even though we all understand, we do not speak lie.
Mhm.
But still what happens? Knowingly or unknowingly, we speak it.
We normally don't speak truth for our convenience or our benefit.
Either we are shy to speak truth, or we are guided by worldly circumstances, or we are under the influence of other persons. And that's why we are not able to speak truth. Or even though we understand, we are not able to change it.
Correct.
So that's why Dada Bhagwan showed us the way, how to come out of this. What he explained, our firm determination should be that I don't want to speak lie.
Okay.
Despite that, if you spoke it, then you have to do pratikrama, alupna pratikrama pratyakyan of it. Even though it was not my wish, I spoke lie. That I accept my mistake, asking forgiveness. And at the same time, we are asking for strength from God within that person. But this is my firm determination now. I don't want to speak lie. Give me such strength. So basic difference between Akram Vigyan and Kramik Marg is this. The oneness of mind, speech and body is fundamental foundation for Kramik Marg, that royal path. Whereas Akram is functional despite fracturement of mind, body and speech.
Okay, now this is
And it-
functional. How
and it
does it become functional? The way you explained it?
Even though your action is negative,
Mhm.
your speech might be negative or your thinking may be negative.
Okay.
Still, by doing this pratikrama, what it proves, you're not in the fear of your action or your speech or your thoughts.
Correct.
When there is oneness of mind, speech, and body,
Mhm.
there is no question of pratikrama.
Correct.
So, there only firm determination is needed.
So, Mineshanandji, so anybody who is not exposed to Vitrag Knowledge, we can tell them, hey, do this, and then what happens? If somebody says, okay, I'm going to start doing that, who's not even exposed to Vitrag Knowledge, and then what effect will that have on him?
See, Dada Bhagwan has given all these explanations for common man, not only for Mahatmas. For any human being who wants to progress on this path,
Mhm.
he or she can utilize this understanding.
Oh, okay. Okay. And now you
But
said common person, Mahatma. What's the difference between common person?
common man.
Common man and Mahatma, what is the difference?
This is for both.
I understand, but what is the difference? You use two words, common man and Mahatma. What's the
Common,
difference?
common man can also decide, completely determine if I don't want to speak lie or whatever action has been done by me, I don't agree with it.
Correct. No, yeah, that's clear
So,
now.
as a last resort, we can tell our mind whatever thoughts you want to show me, but I don't agree with you.
I understand that.
Whatever action you want to do it, but I don't agree with your action. I don't agree with your speech.
Correct.
That option is also available with all of us.
Yeah. No, but what is the, you said Mahatma, what's a Mahatma? Who's a Mahatma?
Mahatma, see, basic difference, common man is not having clarity or line of demarcation between relative and real. Whereas Mahatma can understand whatever has happened, it has happened in the part of relative, in the part of temporary, and I am pure soul self, I am permanent. So that distinction remains there.
Oh,
That
okay.
separation is there. For common man, it is not there. But even though distinction is not there, but still that person can progress on this path with this understanding.
Very good. Very good. I will come back to, but I think we have questions, so we'll take question from Akshay.
Sure.
Jai Satchidanand Mineshanandji.
Jai
Jai
Satchidanand.
Satchidanand Radni Uncle. Jai Satchidanand. Anandji. The question arises because me and Hardik are working on a project that Rajni uncle has given us to look into something that we are interested in. So we are interested in looking at Joe and Janu to see what Akshay is doing. And from that, we were talking about the topic we were talking about form determination. If mistake is done, then we do pratikraman. Then the question arises that we do form determination, but even then with that form determination, we make a mistake. And then we again ask for forgiveness. Then we again make a mistake. This is like a cycle, keeps on going. Then the mind inside questions itself, what's your form determination? Because why is this mistake keeps on happening?
See, first of all, in the past, have we determined I don't want to commit such mistake in future?
No.
Before this enlightenment.
No, we have not determined.
So at that time, we are accepting our mistake. We have asked apology for the same. But we have never changed our opinion from the favor of opinion, that mistake. We have always taken party of our mistake. We are never opposed it. We are never opposed our action in the past.
In the past.
Whereas here, as a Mahatma, now we understand that this mistake is done by Minesh, mistake is done by Akshay, and I am pure soul, sir. I am Suddhatma. Now, in fact, Alotna, Pratikrama, and Pratyakhan is now in exactness. So, not only we are accepting our mistake or asking apology, but at the same time, we are humbly determining. We means Minesh or Akshay, that I don't want to commit such mistake in future. Give me such time, right?
Right.
So this is a firm desire, firm wish. I don't want to commit such mistake. Despite that, it may happen that you may again commit such mistakes. Why so?
Right.
See, you are staying in an apartment,
Yes.
still you are having a garden area or lawn in your compound,
Yes.
right? Now, all owners or apartment holders, they have asked company to raise loan in the garden,
Right.
right?
Right.
Have we ever asked to sow seeds of weeds?
No.
Nobody wants. Still, they are growing. Your maintenance contractor is removing weeds or spraying weedicide to destroy them. Despite all these efforts, are we able to eliminate weeds in our lawn?
No.
No. The same way, here repeated mistakes are happening. Why? Because we have sown seeds of these mistakes in the past without understanding after effects, without thinking for results. But knowingly or unknowingly, we have sown seeds of weeds,
Right.
or same mistakes. So, whatever seeds we have sown in this field, they are going to germinate 100%. In our garden or in our field, 100% germination may not be there.
Right.
But in this field, 100% germination is guaranteed. Nobody can stop it. Is it clear?
Yeah, it is clear,
So-
but the only thing is mind cross questions that because it cannot see that the seed came from past. So it's
See, we can see fruits,
right.
weeds have germinated, weeds have grown, that we can see.
Mhm.
So why we remove weeds? Because we know with weeds, they eat food of main crop and they will grow taller than main crop. So we will get less yield of that main crop. So that is what we don't want.
Right.
And that's why we remove weeds from the fields. Same way, whenever any mistake happens in this part, we have to apply same thing here. Because we don't know, okay, what type of seeds we have sown in the past, what type of karmic seeds we have sown in past, that we don't know. That's why by remaining positive, we have to put positive efforts to eliminate those weeds, those mistakes. That is in the part of Purusartha.
Understood.
When you are knower and seer of happenings in the part of file number 1,
Mhm.
then you won't think of why these seeds are growing every now and then,
Understood.
even though we don't want them, even though we don't want to commit such mistakes again, still they are growing, they are happening.
Right.
So here we have to be patient. We must have patience, and we should apply this understanding. Like weeds, we are doing weeding operation. Same way, these mistakes are in the form of weeds. So I have to do alota pratikrama pratyakhana every time whenever they happen.
Right.
That is in my hands.
Now I understand. Yes.
Then only you can progress.
Also, I understand the most important thing is to understand that this is weed and this is the crop I want to grow.
Yes.
By differentiating that what is weed and what is the main crop.
You are not need farming. You are not
Yes.
need farming. So when we have seen farms, at least you have seen your garden. So that way you can come to know.
Right.
So
Understood.
weed is growing very fast.
Yes.
See?
Yeah, it grows very
You must have
fast.
also, So all negativities, they are in the form of weeds.
Hmm.
So what we have to do, whenever negativities germinate, we have to immediately do this weeding operation to eliminate it by remaining positive.
Right. Okay. Understood.
There is
Jai Sachidanand.
Okay, Hardik. Okay, what was your question?
Yeah. No, I had the same one, but they cleared my question at the end.
What? Come on, speak up. What's the problem?
So I was like looking for the demarcation line where we're gonna be, just watching what's Hardik thoughts are, what Hardik is doing, and where we're gonna actually put our Purushart,
See, when you are knower and seer of Hardik, whatever is going inside mind, speech, body or mind, intellect, reflective consciousness and egoism part, you can easily come to know what is happening inside. As soon as you come to know, you visualize it, then what you will do? What you will do?
As soon as I see that there are some
Right, you will not agree with your thoughts or with your mind or with your speech or with your action. Right? Even we can say whatever you want to do it, but I don't agree with you. I'm not going to sign your petition. I will not sign this agreement.
But I have a question down there. Say I just give an example right now. So this whole week, I was doing this exercise, and usually when I go to office, I know when I get really busy, I don't get into that. I usually go in flow and go for my work. So whenever I start, I do prayer, and then. But what happened last couple of days ago that one of my colleagues, he was working next to me. He's also an Indian. So we went into some conversation, and he came up that this is your job. And then after he jumped up and talked to director that I'm gonna do this part, which was my job, my task actually. Right. And then I was like, if it's my task, then why you are taking control? Let it leave it to me, right? So that's actually when I know that okay, I shouldn't be looking on negative side. He's helping right now, and it's like I just came on board a few days ago, so he's gonna fill me up and provide me some assistance. But at the second thought, I was like I know my ego, he was like, it's my duty, you know, why you are taking control. So Hardik egos was like, that's my authority, that's my, you know, he was making his lane. And inside I was like, that's not the correct way. You know, it's Hardik egos. He brought that with him. You should apologize, and you know, Shri Suddhatma, Taru reflection, it's your mirror, so it's coming to you back. So I thought like, okay, and then bring up that, okay, it's your mentality. You brought mentality that this is yours, and you stick with that, you know, that's mine, that's mine. That's why this is affecting you a lot. So that came to know and did a pratikraman as well. But at certain point, I was looking at Hardik and then felt, okay, when conversation went longer, I had some control that, okay, you can stop at this point, you know, but I felt that I leverage him to continue that conversation. So that's where I want to know, you know.
See, first thing, in any circumstance, first clarity must be there. Okay, by relative viewpoint, I am Hardik, and by real viewpoint, I am Siddhartha.
Right.
Right? In this case, your ego was hurt. Why he is entering my field?
Right.
Whether he was helping, whether he was overwise, that is none of our business. Our business is we are just knower and seer of whatever is happening in the part of Hardik.
Yeah.
Right? So in this case, what happened? Separation was there? Or you both sit together?
That's so inside talk was going on, right? So he was
Part separation was always there. But still you are having that impression, illusory vision that I am one. He is telling me, he is behaving with me like this, he is entering my field, he is poking his dirty nose in my field, my work. Management should understand these things. Right?
Right.
Like different thoughts can pop up inside, but we have to tell our mind. See, he is trying to help you. Whatever his intentions are there, that is his lookout. If you are hurt, you are right to speak. You can speak. You can tell him, "Hey, I am doing my work. Just whenever I ask your guidance, you can guide me. Otherwise, I don't like others to interfere in my work." You can say simply. But while telling also, you must have that clarity. My relative friend is my colleague, my real friend is pure soul. And because of my past account, he is compelled by Vyavasthit Shakti, scientific circumstantial evidences to disturb me. He is not disturbing, or she is not disturbing, but my past account, my past karmic karmas, they are forcing him or her to act in this manner. So when you are having this application of Gyan, you will remain cool and calm. You will not get disturbed. Still, you can tell that person why you are doing this. When I was doing my work in flow, and there was no problem at all. Why you were required to come and interfere in my work? You can say there is no problem, but not with the belief that he is doer.
Right.
So there is no question where we can't tell him anything. That is not the question or matter. We can always tell, see, you have to play role of Hardik. You are not to be Hardik. So when you are playing role, whatever your designation is there, accordingly you can tell your colleague. There is no question at all why you are telling. But don't keep it inside. Why he poked his dirty nose in my work. So you'll form opinions and prejudice for that person.
Right.
When you are telling him straightforward way, I don't like this thing. From next time onward, don't do this. You can simply tell him.
No, that's right. Like,
But
absolutely. I was seeing him as a doer. That's why it kept popping up every time. Like,
here,
no matter what.
Here
Right.
we must have clarity of this Gyan first. But at the same time, Hardik has to play his role. So in playing his role, he can scold that person, he can tell that person in a friendly manner also. But without signature in that action.
Right.
And not at the same time, but afterwards you can change your signature after telling him, oh, Hardik, this is not good for you. And I don't agree with your action. You can say. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a very good example because, this occurs in the office all the time. There's always competition. Somebody wants to brown nose their bosses. So this is a very good conversation, and Mineshanji brought out really good points to keep in mind because that will really help out. And like he says, open communication helps a lot.
That we must have communication. So when you are speaking, it is monologue. When both parties communicating, it is dialogue. So we have dialogue. We should have dialogue with others in the way they get our message transpired. Our message should reach them clearly. Then it is communication. If whatever we want to tell that person, it doesn't reach him or her, then it is communication gap. The fault is our own, not that person's fault.
Hey, Mineshanandji, you brought a very good point. You know, let's talk about what monologue does to your body and your mind and the state of being.
Please speak again. Your voice was
Okay.
low.
No, you got a very good point about monologue. If we keep to monologue, then let us discuss what happens to your mind, your body, and your state of being.
Right. See, when we are talking with our antaskaran, we are conveying our message to antaskaran, mind, reflective consciousness, intellect, and egoism. But till the time it is in the form of monologue, one can't get desired result. And when it is dialogue, when proper message is communicated, it has reached them, they have accepted it, then that communication cycle is complete. Then it is dialogue. Otherwise, theoretically we are correct, but result will be zero.
But usually, Mineshanandji, usually to have a dialogue, there is lot of monologue going inside. That what am I going to communicate? How am I going to communicate? Should I communicate or not? Lot of that long monologue keeps on going, and to just have one dialogue. And maybe just I'm thinking maybe it's inclarity. Maybe inclarity is the root cause for not having good dialogue. But that's what I notice happening.
See, how we are talking with Divya.
Yeah,
You are doing monologue, you are doing dialogue.
dialogue.
Till the time it is the monologue, what will happen? Will you get a desired result?
No.
Akshay will go crazy.
He will get mad. So I am telling why you are not understanding.
Right.
Why you are not able to grasp these things, simple things.
Right. End up shouting.
But we have to understand, since she is not able to grasp, she is not able to understand. Why? Because we have to reach to her level and then we have to convey message.
Right.
We have to speak in the way she understands. So we have to put counter pulley and then we have to say, then we have to convey.
Right. Understood.
Means, suppose you are team leader, you have to take work from others. Now you know how this work is to be done. But others may be knowing, may not be knowing, or may be conversant with it, or may not be conversant with it.
Correct.
Right?
Right.
Suppose you have to take work from your workers. A worker's understanding and your understanding is on the same level.
No, it's
Yeah.
different.
Even colleagues' level of understanding is also not same.
Right.
But normally, how we communicate? We communicate from our own level of
Our level.
understanding.
Right.
And we just assume, okay, I have communicated, I have conveyed them, and now they will do it. Right?
Right.
But
Right.
is it possible to get 100% desired result after conveyance to them?
Not possible. Not possible.
Possible. So here we have to explain them, okay, this thing is to be done like this. If we do like this, then we will get this sort of result. If we do some mistake, then deviation may be there, then we cannot get this desired result. So when they have understood both things, then they will not commit mistake. Or if something is happening wrong, they will immediately alert. Is it clear?
Yes. Yes.
So then it will be dialogue. But if we are conveying from our own level and we just assume that I have conveyed message, then it is not dialogue, it is monologue.
Understood.
See, in our antaskar, what happens? Our pragya shakti alerts mind, reflective consciousness, intellect, everyone.
Right.
But do they agree with us every time?
Not always.
Why?
Yeah.
See, we know, but this is good, this is not good for us.
Right.
Still, do they agree?
No. Our liking, maybe our liking comes in, interest, liking comes in.
Past account is different thing. But when this is conveyed in a proper way and they have agreed, what will happen? We can't change it. But force of that happening will get reduced. Inner force, inner pressure will get reduced. It will subside gradually.
Right.
So we are just diffusing that pressure with conveyance, with communication,
Communication.
with dialogue.
Right. Another challenge. Understood this point of counter pulley very well when it's communication between two people. Right? Another challenge is communication with a broader, more communication in a team. So we are sitting in a team meeting, and I guess more than me, Rajni uncle would have a lot of experience on this in his career. We are sitting in a team meeting and there is really no one leading anyone, and really there is no decision happening, no one coming to a decision, and then you have to communicate because you can see there is a problem. Maybe the other people are also seeing it as a problem, but sort of no one speaks anything. Right. And the problem is if you speak, then the whole necklace is given to you and you have to wear that necklace then. So it's a very delicate situation you are in, wherein you know there is going to be a problem, but you don't want to speak because if you speak,
See, if it is part of your duty, then you have to give your opinion. You can say, okay, I feel that this should be done like this. So if you do in this manner, it will yield better results. We can say like that. But I don't know how to do it. You can say at the same time. If it is not your part,
Understood.
And see, when it is not your duty, even though with your understanding, with your vision, if you're telling team to something which is of benefit to all, and management will also take note of it. When this fellow is having good understanding, he may be elevated further, he can be of help to company.
Right.
So management is not rigid. Where once we have put one lead or one team leader, he should handle everything. And only he will take decisions or others can't take decisions. That is not the way. In fact, we can get desired result after involving all persons in decision making. And what does it indicate? When you have involved all persons involved in decision making, that means all have agreed.
Right.
And when all have agreed, nobody will raise any negative issue later on. Same thing applies in inner science. Antasthara. So when you are dealing with your team mates or team colleagues, you can have better understanding how to deal with them.
Right.
Because you are doing this application inside.
Correct. Understood.
Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
That is it.
Shital?
Okay, Jai Sachidanand,
That is it.
Mineshanandji. હમણાં હાર્દિકભાઈ સાથે વાત થઈ ત્યારે તમે બોલ્યા ના હવે સંભળાય છે? Can you hear
English,
now?
English. Shital, this is English satsang.
English satsang.
Oh, yes, of course.
I don't have that problem at all.
No, I just forgot. Yes.
No problem.
So,
You can keep headphone, no.
okay, yeah, because let me just put those on because others are sleeping in the house.
No, put it on because we just want to convey you that it's English satsang.
So, in conversation with Hardik Bhai, one thing you said was, we don't have to think about what the other person's intention is. That's not what we should focus on when he was talking about his colleague. This is the mistake I make all the time, where I assume that what the other person's intention is, especially if it's a person that I've known all my life. And I have lots of opinions about. And so I always think that, oh, that's why they're doing this. They're trying to put me down or whatever negative intention that I reflect on their actions. And that gets me in trouble a lot. So how do I handle that? How do I, yeah.
Simple thing, you have to play role of Sital Bhai. See, with Keval, you have to play role of mother.
Right.
With Kirtivan, you have to play role of daughter-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
With your father, you have to play role of daughter. Like this way, you have to play just role. When you are office, you have to play your role as officer.
Right.
So, as a part of role, you are acting. As a part of role, you are communicating. Not on your own.
Not on my own.
Yes. So when you are just playing your part, doing acting as per your part, as per your role, there is nothing wrong. As a part of role, you can tell your colleagues, your relatives, or whatever they are, files.
Right.
But inside, we have to understand. So my relative viewpoint, they are my colleagues. My real viewpoint, they are Shuddhatma.
Right.
Vyavasthit Shakti, scientific circumstantial evidences are pressurizing them to act in this way with me. They are not acting at their own.
Hmm.
This understanding must be there, whether it is at a time or afterwards, later on.
Right. 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 Right.
And that's why we have to analyze such incidents which have happened in the past, which have disturbed us. We can analyze them. What sort of circumstances were there? Which circumstances played which sort of role? And when that role was played by them, or they are made to play that role.
Right.
Means they have to compulsory play that role, or it was optional.
Compulsory, right?
So when it was compulsory, then that means there was nothing in their hands.
I
They were
see.
not independent. They were not free. There was no free will. So
No free
how
will.
can we find faults of others who have to do anything under the pressure of circumstances, or they have to do compulsorily?
Right. Right. So that's the key thing, that Vyavasthit Shakti is the doer. They're not doing, they have no free will. Then so because I'm missing that, I'm going into their intention and they did this wrong and they did this right, or whatever it is.
Normally, we are trying to find their intentions.
Sorry, find what?
Intentions. Why they acted like this.
Yes, yes, yes.
So we are trying to operate effects,
Yeah.
but we have not to do operation of effects. We have to go in root cause,
Uh,
and we have to do operation there.
I see.
We have to change your opinion from the that mistakes part.
Right.
You have not to take party of that mistake again. So when you change your opinion, you are automatically coming out of that mistake.
So I think what with people that are close to me, I have so many opinions that I just directly, the default is that they're trying to do this. And so that's and also especially all the past incidents, right? I've built opinions with wrong understanding of seeing them as doers. So now it's sort of a habit. So this is where Gnan application comes in, right? I mean, that's where I need to remember every time that Vyavasthit Shakti is the doer.
Like here we have to first apply Agna.
Agna.
In my relative viewpoint, I am Sitalvan. By real viewpoint, I am pure soul, Suddhatma. Same way that other person is my relative viewpoint person, and by real viewpoint, Suddhatma. So this should be setting inside. So when we are saying both relative and real separate, then how much opinion or prejudices will put pressure on you or guide you?
It will not. I will see them, but I'm pure soul seeing them, right?
They may pop up, but till you won't agree with them, you will not sit with them.
I see. I
And,
see.
and do this practical. Do analyze 4 5 incidents. Analyze fully which were the circumstances, which were the instruments, which played role. How much independence was there with them? What they're doing with their independence? The ultimate answer will come after analyzing all circumstances. And what will be the conclusion? When neither they were independent nor you were independent. Same way, they did it under the pressure of circumstances. Why? Because your past karmic account pressured them. Your past karmic account made them to act in this way. So really speaking, fault is of your own, not of that other person. Not instruments. Limit. So when this sort of analysis we have shown in 4 5 cases, then naturally this understanding will pop up as soon as something different happens inside.
I see.
And it will definitely help you.
Yeah. Right. So
That's why we have also talked in past. Whenever you awake in the morning, what we have to do? We have to see relative and real in all files which come across during all the entire day without efforts. Say some 25 or 50 files are what we are meeting every day. So in the morning we have to separate by relative point. This is person, by relative point Suddha for all. So what will happen when that file comes against you? When you are saying that file is coming to me, immediately this will pop up. Oh, my relative viewpoint person, my real viewpoint also. Who has sent them? Vyasa Shakti has sent them to me. Why? Because Vyasa Shakti is giving me opportunity to settle my past account with them. Right? When you have to settle your account, will you be rigid in settling account?
no, just settle it whatever way. Yeah.
So let me tell you in a different way. Suppose someone is asking $1 million from you because you have taken in the past that loan. So will there do settlement? Or they will ask for the money, entire money, a full amount.
Right.
They will ask for the full amount naturally, normally.
Yes.
Right? But what amount we have to take, we are asking from others. In that part, we can do settlement. Okay, don't give. I will write it off.
Yes. Right. But where I have to pay back.
In accounts, we are learned differently.
Right.
And I have not learned that accounts.
Okay, Shito?
Yeah. So yeah, I understood. Main thing is that Panchagna application, and then I have
Yes.
homework of people
Analyzing these incidences.
Yes. Yeah. And then when I'm playing a role, then there is no need to analyze others' intentions, or it's a waste of energy. Basically, I just need to play my role and settle the account.
So when you are analyzing those intentions,
Yeah.
we are again finding their faults. We are seeing them as doers.
Okay.
So we are again creating more complications.
Yes.
Instead of settling accounts, we are again putting more complications.
Yes.
So where it will go?
No. Yeah.
So this is what we have to understand. We want to get freed.
Yes.
We don't know whether other persons want to get freed or not.
Right.
So that's why we have to see our side only.
Right.
Alright, makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, here, Mineshanandji and Shital, I want to share something, well, because there are a lot of young people there, which in the industry. You have heard, don't look through your color glasses. Okay. So what Mineshanandji is saying, that when you see the person, you are already seeing through your color glasses. You have to take the color glasses out and go through the white lenses, clear lenses. So that's, in other words, Dada has explained this very well. It's in Mineshanandji. But in outside world, Mineshanandji, we always say, hey, don't look through the colored eyes. Don't look through the color in the office.
We have to change our glasses, not other person's glasses.
Color glasses means
When my glasses are transparent, I will find everything transparent.
Mineshanandji, the color glasses, what she was talking about, looking at the past and this thing and making opinion on that. So.
Colored glasses means you are guided by your opinions and prejudices.
Exactly.
You are guided by your own design.
So this is a common phrase that we used to hear all the time.
Ajna, when you are using Ajna, you are not guided by opinions, prejudices, or your own design.
Right. Right.
Then you will be able to resolve that problem. Then you can do it, disposal of files with the Sambhavani means disposal of file with exactness.
Exactness.
Okay?
So there won't be any claim from that other side.
Right.
Okay, Mineshanandji, time is up. So can you do 3 months, please follow?
Okay. Namo Vitragay,
Namo Vitragai.
Namo Arihantanam,
Namo Arihantanam,
Namo Siddhanam,
Namo Siddhanam,
Namo Ayariyanam,
Namo Ayariyanam,
Namo Vajjayanam,
Namo Vajjayanam,
Namo Loe Sava Sahunam,
Namo Loe
Sava
Sabha
Sahunam.
Sahunam,
Eso Panchan Mukkaro,
Eso
Panchana
Panchanamukkaro,
Savapa Vapparasano,
Savapa
Savapavappanasano.
Vapparasano,
Manglanam Cha Save Sim,
Mangalam
Mangalanam cha Savvesim.
Savesim,
Parmam Havai Mangalam,
Paramam
Padamam
Havai
Havai
Mangalam.
Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya,
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya,
Om
Om
Namah
Namah
Shivaya.
Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai
Jai Sat